So, I suppose while I'm at it, I should do another rant. I haven't done one in a while anyway. So, RAWR. How about Skyrim? Skyrim had such huge hype and was the biggest, grandest game of them all. And I did waste quite a few hours on it, as did everybody, I'm sure. But honestly, I didn't even get to maximum level. I didn't even get one of my crafting skills to maximum level. Although I did almost get blacksmithing to maximum level. I think I was like at 98. Honestly, it gets really monotonous after a while. Skyrim, it's monotonous for two big reasons. The first thing is, my complaint with a lot of games is the same old scenery. Honestly, Skyrim, it got really, all the dungeons felt like you were just doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, hey, here's some more skeletons, kill. Walk down this hall, oh, there's a trap, unlock it. Okay, walk further. The more mummies and undead Nord, and then, loot a couple of, pots. I mean, it literally, you were just doing the same dungeon over and over again with just a slightly different layout and slightly different bad guys. But it did not feel like, ooh, this one was new and special and different for the most part. The other thing is, basically, it was really glitchy. Honestly, all you have to do in Skyrim to beat anything and to do anything is build yourself some really good gear, find a follower, become a summoner, and summon stuff, find a glitchy spot where the bad guy can't get you, and just let your minion and your summoned elementals do all the work. And you can just stand there, and they will do everything for you, and you don't have to do a single thing. You can find a glitchy spot for every single boss fight so far into the game that I have ever found. Period, that I just literally stopped playing it after a while because it was so ridiculously easy. Including the giants camps, there's a glitchy spot, some rock, some something, that something can't climb on or get on top of or get over, and you can just stand there, summon stuff, and things will die. Dragons, you can just go hide by a tree. They can't see you somehow. They can't burn you somehow. Oh my gosh, because you're under this one rock. And your elementals just go out and kill everything for you, or you can just stand there and shoot fire at them, or you can stand there and shoot arrows at them. I mean, the entire point is you could beat the game without ever putting any real effort into it, period. It's literally just time consuming. It really is. Once you get a house and you store a few things in it and you get the next house, it's kind of like, yay, I decorated another house. It's so glitchy. I mean, there were some funny glitches, like, for instance, when I got married to my wife. So hilarious. I did not get Isolde. That would be way too easy. I got the miner girl from way down south. I don't remember the exact name of the town now. But anyway, I got her. I married her. And then, basically, I saved right after the marriage, thankfully. And I traveled home, and she wasn't there. And I was like, that's odd. So I reloaded. She wasn't there. So I went back to where I saved, and there she was walking along. And I was like, oh, okay. And she walked all along and then out of the village. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm escorting my wife. I was like, okay, she's just going back to her place probably. No. She did walk past her house. I literally had to escort my wife the entire way to my home in the main city. Because until we got to Whiterun, things didn't stop trying to kill her. I don't know why she didn't just auto-appear at my house in Whiterun, but she did not. I had to escort her. I had to fight off a dragon. I had to fight off couple of packs of wolves. I had to fight off some weird mage person who kept trying to shoot fire at her. I had to completely fight off, because I had not done it yet, that basically bandit place kind of over to the east of Whiterun, a little to the south of it, where the bandits are there and they're like, hey, give us money or else you can't come through and stuff. I had to fight that entire thing and save and reload so many times because she kept dying. She kept dying. She kept dying. I had to escort my wife all the way to Whiterun. It was kind of hilarious, but at the same time, I wasted a solid 2-3 hours doing that just to have my wife. I mean, it was just ridiculous that she couldn't make it to the city without me escorting her, that without me doing that, I would not actually have a wife. I had that happen with a horse. Actually, I think I had that happen with 2 horses, actually, where they died. They just literally got killed by something. When I traveled somewhere, they suddenly weren't there, and I went back again, and oh, hey, something killed them while they were walking to wherever I traveled to. Isn't that just funny? I mean, so some of the glitches were kind of funny like that. Jumping off of things and just falling and falling and splat and splat and splat. Definitely hilarious. Being on a horse and it tries to land, but instead it just keeps falling and falling down the side of, you know, whatever. Stuff like that, very funny. My minion dude, I don't know how, but my minion dude would never die. I couldn't undo him, though. For some reason, I could not get any other person to follow me, and he would not take anything. He would not carry anything for me, but he also would never die. He just never would. So he would just run around attacking stuff and hitting stuff as best as he could. The other thing is, whenever I was low on money, for some reason, he had the best kind of arrows. I mean, for some reason, he just did. And so I would just let him shoot at something, but I would stand to where he and I were kind of between a wall or something, and I would just pick up his arrows. And they would bounce off the wall, and I'd just pick up his arrows over and over again. And they would sell, like, 12 gold an arrow. And so you pick up a whole, stack of, like 60 arrows, and you got a decent chunk of change to go buy some random ring that you found that was interesting. I don't know. It's just not... Some of them were cool. Some of the glitches were cool. Some of it was lame. That you can't dress up your wife totally peed me off. I didn't like her miner outfit at all, and her pickaxe kept sticking in the side of her. She never acted like it hurt, but still kind of annoying, and it made me not want to, go to sleep with her because she has a giant pickaxe and it would stab me. I was worried. I did get her a lot of sweet rolls, though. I would purposefully store sweet rolls in the house so that she knew that I didn't think she was fat. I did not store those tomatoes, though. Those tomatoes were nasty looking. Like, they looked like they were half rotten on the top. But, yeah. Other than that, honestly, I mean, it was kind of fun because you're exploring stuff and you're gathering stuff, and I love both those things. Those are 2 of my favorite things to do in games, period, is explore and gather. I'm weird. I like those things. But it's not fun to explore if you're exploring the same thing over and over again. The major cities were kind of cool, but just running around in the countryside and stuff kind of got dumb, and it became a lot like Guild Wars 2 is, except less exciting, where you're just going from one discovery to the next discovery. Oh, hey, if I go this direction, there's something to discover over there. On Guild Wars 2, you do that, but it's... I don't know, it's not as far of a distance between discoveries, and you can meet other people, and there's random events happening. And the random events in Guild Wars 2 was, hey, another dragon that is ridiculously easy to kill. So Skyrim didn't really do it for me. I did waste, like I said, over 100 hours, or I might not have said over 100, but I did. Just like everybody, I did waste a bunch of time on it, but I don't know, honestly, I remade my character like 5 times, so if you split 100 hours between 5 characters, I'm just saying. But yeah, that's my RAWR rant about Skyrim. Oh, one last thing though. one last thing. The guy who composed the music for Skyrim composed the music for Guild Wars 2 as well. He pretty much has composed the music for all of the Oblivion games and Guild Wars stuff in it. Anyway, the thing is whenever I go to the lands for the Norn, there is one of those songs that plays that reminds me exactly of one of the Norse songs from Skyrim. It's like he almost redid the song. It's like the same song, but slightly different. I don't know why I needed to add that, but I did. Anyway, have fun.